Saha nāvavatu, saha bhunaktu, saha viryam karvavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvichavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Welcome everyone in another session. But before we start, can someone just confirm if they can see and hear me properly on Discord? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. It seems from today onwards, we have a conflict. Naive also has his, how do I pronounce? Nineveh. What do I call it in short? But he also has his sessions at the same time because of the daylight saving. So yeah, we will have to change timings, and Nathan will keep you guys updated. And for this weekly group meditation sessions, we have already been doing it for 3 months now. And everyone, when they are doing something, they wants to progress, right? You want to progress in this journey, right? We want to get deeper into meditation. So by now, I hope everyone knows the drill. Everyone knows the technique that we are following here. Everyone understands that the stillness of body in these sessions is our focus. So we will try to do today's session and maybe session onwards with minimal number of words required. So it will be more closer to silent sit going forward. Can we do this? Are you guys ready? Can I get thumbs up? So if you guys are not aware of the method that we have been following, it's not a rocket science. In one sentence, it is simply sitting. Simply sitting, trying to be as still as possible, trying to let our breathing be normal, without trying to change anything. Just sitting still, breathing normally, without trying to open your eyes in between, without trying to move your hands, try to change your legs, just as still as a rock, at the same time keeping your spine and body completely relaxed. Being in the posture in a way that is comfortable. So before we begin, you can move yourself as much as you want and find your comfortable position. And then once you begin meditating, try to maintain that position. And we are not going to do it for a very long time. It's just 20 minutes. So after that, you can obviously stretch and relax and everything. But for the meditation itself, when we begin, after we close our eyes, try to maintain that posture. Try to be as still and comfortable as possible without trying to change anything in your breathing pattern. Okay?
So with that, I think we are ready to begin. Make yourself comfortable. This is the time. Rock yourself sideways, front and back. See your body is properly situated on your seat. If you wear specs like me, this is the time that you can remove them. Keep your spine erect and slowly close your eyes. In the beginning, we'll start with a couple of deep breaths. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax even more. One last deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax completely into this one. Now allow your breathing to follow its natural course. Sit still and relaxed. If you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sounds around you, simply bring your attention back to your body, to the natural flow of breath. sarve bhavantu sukhinaḥ, sarve santu niramayaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaśchit dukha bhag bhavet. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub your palm against each other. Generate some warmth. Cup your eyes with your palm and slowly open your eyes. Take your own time. So, since the beginning of this year, we have been doing guided meditation. That is fine. It works for the minds who constantly have things going on in a certain way. Guidance is required to keep that mind in a different state than they are used to. But then it also comes with a possible problem that with the guidance, you may never really learn to work with what is already present within you. There is no space for that to come up. So this is the next step. This is the next level where you sit with yourself more than anyone else and explore what is within you and try to manage it by allowing it to bubble up, at the same time not fully engaging with it. When words are present in a guided meditation session, even with the facilitator, you experience a certain dimension, which is through personality, through everything that the facilitator has gone through. But when you sit with someone in a silent group meditation, that's when you have the opportunity to experience them as they are. So We have been talking about different aspects of the first step or first stage of yoga, that is yama. And we talked about in one of our previous sessions when we were talking about non-stealing or a stay, we talked about the clenched fist, right? Clenched fist, closed fist is not able to receive anything. This is also related to something which is the fifth yama, which is called Aparigraha. When do you cleanse your fist? Nobody just does this, right? Nobody just keeps their hand like clenched all the time without anything in their hand. Most of the people just try to grasp something. Aparigraha, if you break that word down, graha means to grasp, to take. There are several words in Sanskrit and Hindi with the graha root. Grahan is to take. So pari, the word pari basically means from all sides. And a, when added to a word in the beginning, negates that. So aparigraha, if you just look at each part of the word and try to make a meaning out of it, it comes down to not grasping in any way. And what is grasping? Have you experienced this, that you are going on a vacation of 2 days, but your suitcase looks like you are going for 2 weeks, right? Thinking about things you might need just in case. This just in case mentality. Every time you try to do, clean your house in holiday seasons, before Christmas, in India before Diwali, you find a lot of stuff that you were not even aware they are sitting somewhere in one of the corners or in one of the shelves in your house. Things that you don't need really. You need it at some point, but not now. You have not used it for last 1 year probably, and only got to know that, okay, that thing still exists in your house, still you have it. So, very common thing, right? But if we identify these things early, a lot of things that just sit in one or the other shelf in our house and go bad, just sitting there. Clothes get old, lose their strength. Fabric loses its strength. Maybe some electronics that is just sitting somewhere in the shelf, and even if you now try to use it, maybe you will not, if it goes wrong, you can't repair it, you can't get the parts. But if you identify these things early, and instead of letting them rot in a corner in your house, if you donate those things might still be useful and life-changing for other people. An old camera that you are not even aware of maybe can start someone's career, right? And 1 year later, if you do the same thing, maybe the camera requires some kind of repair and they can't get the parts because now that model is no more in manufacturing. So things go wrong just sitting somewhere without being used because of just one reason, and that is in case we might need it, right? And that is a type of grasping. We don't want to let go of things. Letting go is such a big, huge topic these days. Let go of mental grudges, let go of things that you don't need. And that is what in Sanskrit we call as Aparigraha, one of the very important yamas. Having things in physical space is one thing, but having things in physical space and then having the ownership of those things also adds up mental clutter, you know. In Yoga Sutra, it is said that one who practices aparigraha, non-grasping, you know, only to them there is a possibility to know the why and how of existence. Only they have that bandwidth, free bandwidth in their mind that they can explore such deep questions and get to the answer of those. All this clutter just weighs down your mind. That's just like a bird trying to fly, but the leg of the bird is tied with something heavy. That heavy thing might be made up of gold, but doesn't serve a purpose, still becomes an impediment in flying high. So the attitude that scriptures advise us to adopt is not of being owner of anything, in fact, but being an steward. I don't know if I am pronouncing that word correctly. It's kind of a caretaker of things. You have your role is to maintain and manage those things for the time being, but there is a joy in giving things away, and you are provided things in order to experience that joy at some point. But most of us deny ourselves that joy completely. Even experiences, not just about things, physical things. Physical things are very easy to observe these days because consumerism is at such a rise that everyone wants to get everything. Even if their phone works, they want to get the newer model. And that older model is sitting somewhere in the drawer, and after 5 years, they have like 5 different phones. Of them, the person is using just one. That's consumerism. How it is making us more prone to being more possessive about things. But even in our relationships, our experiences, we had a conversation with someone, we didn't like something, and now we are holding on to it. Bad experiences. Okay, everyone knows at some point that they need to let go of that, but then there are also experiences like, okay, I had a very enlightening meditative experience, holding on to that. Most people think it's okay. It's their trophy that they need to, keep with them. But not really. Only if you make space for another will come. So that is what aparigraha is. Non-possessiveness. Hope that makes sense. If anyone has any question, anyone wants to share anything, they can type in the chat box, or they can raise their hand and they will be invited to speak on stage. They can share that way. How was your meditation today? If anyone wants to share, did it feel longer than earlier sessions? Did it feel shorter than earlier sessions? More boring, more exciting? Were you able to go deeper? You see, in scriptures, in Bhagavad Gita, it says that from millions of people, only a few feel the need of knowing something deeper about the existence. Of such millions of people, only a few take a step towards trying to figure out what is the answer of their questions. Of such millions, only a few get the right guidance, get the right opportunity, situations around them turn up in a way that they can actually progress in that direction. And then of such millions, only a few can actually make it to the end where the solution, where the answer lies, can see it. So as we progress in this, right, group meditation sessions, as we move from guided to unguided, a lot of people will find it difficult and will drop off. And that's fine, because we can't really force people, we can't really force people to move faster than they need to. We may want people to move ahead as soon as possible, but everyone has their own course of, everyone has their own set of things to deal with, so-called things actually. But yeah, as long as those are not dealt, those are still things to be dealt with. So people move at their own pace. Meditation was good, to be honest. I feel more like I'm more connected to myself than before. Nice. I missed a lot of the earlier sessions, so can't compare. I do like the format where we have unguided meditation and talk. Thank you. Yeah, try to be regular, and not just try to be regular on these sessions, but try to regularly sit on a daily basis in your own time, trying to practice what we discuss here. Not just the practice, the so-called core practice of sitting, but also everything that we discuss is part of the practice. Truthfulness, non-violence, non-stealing, moderation of senses, and every single thing prepares your mind in a way that your sessions can go deeper and deeper, frees up space, removes clutter. In yoga, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, yoga is defined as the freedom from fluctuations of mind. And it doesn't say that it's experiencing something, extraordinary or anything of that sort. It simply says fluctuations of mind, if you get rid of those, that is the state of yoga. And how does these fluctuations arise in our mind? These are the things that we have been talking about. There are 5 different types of fluctuations that have been described. And those 5 can be of good kind as well as of the bad kind. Same thing can have 2 different aspects to it. Just like we discussed right now about experiences. Some experiences we may not like, some experiences we may cherish as, our achievements. But yoga or Patanjali says that both of these are fluctuations. Maybe you can visualize it as one is a high, another is a low, but goal is to stay stable. Even removing the high, removing the low, that's how you achieve stability. A lot of people don't understand this and they try to run behind the highs, but there is no high which does not come equipped, clubbed with the low. So they don't realize this. Okay, so discipline helps a lot. So true, yes, obviously. Going forward, we are going to also talk about discipline and how scriptures talk about discipline. What is discipline from a meditator's perspective? Okay, so for today, I believe this should be good enough. And thank you everyone for joining. And hope to see you guys next week. We will have a different time, so keep an eye on announcements. See you guys in the next week. Thank you very much. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.